Hey, it's not my internet. Okay. All right. We should be up and live now. And just double
Oh,
check here. Maybe. We'll find out. Powerwash
yep, there it
Podcast.
is.
I'm not able to
We're on the
access it on my phone,
pod.
but that's
I
okay.
ha I have it up here. I'm just gonna share. Copy link.
Yeah, share with me because my YouTube won't even let me pull it up. Isn't that some shit? There it is. Oh, sweet. Voice is booming. Audio sounds good. Hello. What's
Hello.
good, Internet? I, yeah, you know who I am. Where did you go? Are you still in
Do I?
here? Hello? Oh,
Yes.
you were hidden perfectly behind the car. I thought you dropped again.
That is I, the hidden cube.
Wow.
I know.
Wow, wow, I can tell today's going to be great. Anyway,
I hope so.
as you may have been able to tell from our well, the title. This is our official podcast, Ed. We're starting her up today.
Yeah.
By the way, Ed is in this completely blind. I didn't tell him at
Yeah.
all what we were doing today.
Like.
So he has no topics prepared whatsoever.
Nope.
But we're going to be playing Power Wash Simulator while just talking about some random topics. We just finished up the SpongeBob DLC, and you guys were pretty anime heavy on that one. Or should I say we were pretty anime heavy, which got you guys pretty anime heavy. So I think that's what we're going to be talking about today. So Ed has not completed this game yet.
Nope.
So we are going to take him through 2 levels today. We're going to do this van. We're going to get the achievement for this one. Then we're going to do, I think it's the backyard or something, in which we got to clean some steps for
Probably.
that. But
Something like that.
all right, so Ed, for
Yeah.
this one, you can only use the red nozzle to clean this van.
Oh.
So let's get
Okay.
going. This could take a little bit. This could take a little bit.
Yeah. The
This is
red nozzle only?
red nozzle only. This is some power wash detailing we're doing right now.
I guess.
So let's start off on the topic of what I've got today while you come up with something, Ed.
Oh gosh. Okay, what do you got, Eric? We'll see.
So
We'll see how long this carries us.
last episode, first episode. This is the first episode, but the last Power Wash episode we did, we were in the Mermalair, and we
Yep.
were talking about the Mount Rushmore, our Mount Rushmores of anime.
Yep.
And I will admit, I found it a very entertaining podcast. I've listened to it myself 3 times already. I guess someone's got to
Okay.
give me the views, Ed.
Is that where all the views on the video are coming from?
Totally where we're getting the views from is me listening to it. But I just found it absolutely fun in just listening to our conversations about that. And I'm kicking myself because of my 4th answer, which was Beast Tamer. It was kind of a throwaway there just because I didn't want to say something mainstream. But I had
Okay.
completely overlooked an anime that I absolutely adore that I want to put in my 4th spot on Mount Rushmore.
What's up, Tony? How's it going?
Hello,
Uh,
Tony. Welcome.
okay. So you thought of a better one?
I know that this is a better one. And me and you watched the first 9 episodes of it together because we were hanging out one summer day, and we were checking out the new
Okay.
awesome anime that were coming out that fall.
Yep.
And it had already, well, last fall, but we got caught up.
Yeah.
And only 9 episodes were out of it. It is The King's Avatar, or Kwanzi Gai Shao.
Show.
Yes. Which is a little different. It is an e-sport anime.
Sort of, yeah. Like
An
it is.
e-sport. You could argue that it dabbles isekai only if
I wouldn't
through
call
a
it
player.
isekai.
It's definitely
so
not
much as just
isekai.
like one of those. No, it's definitely like an MMO type game though, or show though. Like the esport that he plays is an MMO. It's not.
Yeah. It's like League of Legends. Let's be honest. It's awesome.
Except it's not. It's not. League of Legends.
It is in. Okay, all right. It's not League of Legends.
No,
it's not like it is. It is PvE, PvP.
It's an MMORPG where they do competitive 5-on-5
and stuff.
PvP.
Yeah.
That is.
Man, is it fun! It is a great watch.
Quanjiga Show is a lot of fun. I actually, after we watched those 9 episodes, I went out and
You read that shit.
I read the entire light novel. Like, I had to go on some, like, scuffed website where it was, like, a machine translation, which is where they take the raw of the thing, and they just put it into Google Translate. So you're just, like, trying your best to figure out what the hell they're saying. Dope show.
Man.
Dope show.
Yeah, it's great. So the premise is this guy is part of an esport team, and he's getting a little up there in years. He's also not really good, because any part of being an esport, like, you have to be marketable to some degree. And this guy, who is like one of the best of the best, just didn't care about any of that. He just loved the game for what it was. And they kind of used his age as an excuse to kick him off the team. And
these are not spoilers, by the way. This is like the opening scene of the anime.
Oh, exactly.
That,
We're not
sets up the whole premise.
Yeah, and essentially, like, being as vague as possible, he's banned from competition. He has to give his account to someone he's trained to basically take his spot on the team, and he's banned from playing professionally for like X amount of years. So
it's like 2 years.
Yeah, and they open up a new server. And he's like, all right, fine, I can't play professionally, but I'm still going to have fun. And then meets a bunch of noobs at the game, teaches them the ropes, and then ends up starting to set records that put all of the pros to shame. And everyone's like, oh my god, we need this guy. We got to recruit this guy. Who is this guy? Meanwhile, they're the ones who got rid of him in the first place. Oh, it's so good. It's so good to see a bunch of noobs uprising against the pros. If that's your kind of bread and butter, you're going to like this anime.
It's a solid anime.
Which, by the way, the entirety of it is linked right now on our Discord. I posted it before the stream started.
Oh, did you?
It is linked in the self-promote tab if you guys want to watch it. It is Chinese, but it's got English subtitles.
They've been coming out with some good ones. China really has, as far as anime goes, like specific Chinese animations that aren't. I'm also trying to like. That one is a really good original show.
Oh, so good that they made a live action to it. Did you know that?
I did. Of course I knew that.
Okay.
No, but because there are some like there's a show out called, I don't know if I talked about this or not, or if I've talked about this with you.
Who cares? It's the first podcast.
That's true.
Fuck it.
There's a show on, I think it's on Crunchyroll, called The Daily Life of the Immortal King.
Oh, I've scrolled past that a couple times.
Okay. It is the Chinese version of a shot-for-shot remake of Psyche K.
Psyche K, what is that?
The Daily Life of Psyche K, where he's a all-powerful psychic who's just.
Oh, is he the one with that antenna on his head?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, I know that. Yeah, we started watching that.
It's like almost the same show, just like his power comes from a different place, and there are some slight different plot beats. But some of it is like, oh yeah, that is like you just animated over that happening in Psyche K. Like, that is the same story.
Huh.
So I don't like those as much. But, you know, if we're not going to get more Psyche K, then...
Yeah, I mean, give me more to watch, right?
Yeah, I've been digging, like, cozy shows lately. or just
Okay.
like show like low stakes shows. I know you and I both watched. Campfire Cooking. In
Oh
Another
my
World.
god, I enjoyed that so much. Yes.
And that one, a lot of cooking anime are that kind of slow-paced, sort of cozy, not really like going crazy with what they're doing.
Yeah, they're just kind of feel good anime, man. Oh,
Exactly. That one, Restaurant to Another World.
yes, I'm on episode 8. I started it last. Actually, I started it 2 days ago. I've been having internet issues. I was actually afraid that I wasn't going to get to stream today. And my good buddy Ed here works in IT. He talked me through all of that after he clocked out for the day. What a goddamn champion! Great friend. He wanted to ask us about 90s anime, which I was going to wait until we were done with our topic to talk about.
That's fair.
But yes, 90s anime, I find it hard. It was good in the 90s. I have a hard time with the animation. Like, I've been spoiled, I'll admit.
That's 100%. I'm in the same kind of boat where, like, especially nowadays, animation needs to be really good. For me to like get into an anime for real. Like, that older animation style just does not do it for me anymore. So a lot of those 90s anime, I'm like, I know this is good. I'll wait for them to remake it, because they're gonna remake it. They've remade like all of them. It feels like.
On Ed, give me 1 sec. Just cover this real quick. My sister came back here. I got to figure out what's going on.
No problem. Is there a specific? It is still good, Tony. I think that it definitely has like merits, and especially like what it did for anime. I think there are certain ones where it works better. Like, I think Dragon Ball Z's animation holds up really well. If you're talking about 90s anime, but like,
sorry, I'm back.
I don't know. You're good. I can't even really think of a great example of like quintessential 90s anime. Woo!
Sailor Moon. Dragon Ball Z.
See, now Dragon Ball Z, like, I feel like Dragon Ball Z holds up. But like, if you look at, because like even
Sailor Moon's a little rough.
Yeah, I was gonna say Sailor Moon is a little bit rough from the stuff I've seen from it. And if you look, like, Dragon Ball Z, the original Dragon Ball Z did a lot of really good, like, did things right, in a certain way. Because like, even if you compare it to like Super, I know for a fact there are parts of Super that just look like absolute dog water. Like, they're just so trash, it's not even funny. I will admit, since we're on the topic of this, is that there's a lot of anime movies that I have never seen. I am not a super big anime movie guy. I have seen exactly one Miyazaki thing.
For this one, real quick, Ed, sorry. We have to clean these 12 stones first for the achievement.
Okay.
You can use any nozzle you want.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
That was going to be really tedious.
Hey, we did it, though. Did you get the achievement, or did we already knock that one out before?
No, I did get the achievement.
Oh, awesome. That's the name of the game.
Oh, yeah. Yes, so, like...
Miyazaki film you were talking about. You've seen one.
I have only seen Spirited Away. I've never seen a single other Miyazaki film, and I know that they're, like, almost kind of required... There it is. First steps.
Sweet.
Like, required watching, it feels like. Like, everybody's got a favorite Miyazaki movie if you like
I haven't seen a single one.
I'm shook.
I know. I've heard nothing. I've heard of, like, Howl's Moving Castle and Spirited Away. Yep. I've heard they're amazing. I've just never had the opportunity to sit down and watch them. And I know it's travesty for an anime fan. I know. I've heard they're great.
Wombo forever, Bailey. Wombo forever.
Every single time, Wombo. How you doing, Bailey? Welcome.
Yeah.
Our topic today is
Wombo.
anime. If you got something to talk about, let's bring it up, my guy.
So I'm not an anime movie guy, and I know that I probably should remedy that because, like, Spirited Away, when I watched it, it was really good. Like, I can see why people like Miyazaki's stuff so much. He's got such a crazy, like, sense of wonder in his style. Like, when people are like, yeah, man, anime can really be like art, Miyazaki is what they're talking about. Because holy crap, can that guy animate, or can that guy's team animate? And does that guy have just, like, good ideas about animation and, like, crazy, wondrous settings and, like, happenings and stuff? He does a really good job. But, yeah. Danny would like to add a fun fact.
Danny, welcome to the podcast.
Because he's had his last film ever like 4 times now.
That is true.
Man just can't stop. He's like, I hate this, and then he's like, but I gotta get it.
It's all, yeah.
If I don't make it, who will?
he like 3 or 4 times he's retired and then been like, this is the last Miyazaki film that will ever be made. I think he literally just made one last year.
Well, yeah, he's gotta get some toys for that big pool he just built in his backyard. Like, oh shit, the fridge broke. Got to put out another film.
Right.
That's the hustle, man. That's how you do it.
I mean, it's also, I feel like it was him that I saw this for, but there's a comparison where it's like a picture of Hayao Miyazaki, and he just looks absolutely miserable. And then it's like the movies that Hayao Miyazaki makes, and they're these like happy-go-lucky, wondrous, like childhood wonder of things. And then it's like a picture. Do you know who Junji Ito is?
Oh, he's just the happiest guy.
Do you know who he is, Eric?
No, I don't.
Okay. So Junji Ito looks like the happiest man in the world. He's just this like super nice, happy-go-lucky dude. He draws like the scary. He's like one of the most prolific, scariest mangaka in the industry. He draws the freakiest shit. Famously, like fantastic, grotesque horror. Just the most fucked up, inane shit.
Damn, Made in Abyss, huh?
No, like actual serious, like crazy, like dude's head gets cut in half and inside it is a spiral of, yeah, just insane.
Why you gotta upset me? Also, welcome, Vera. Hi. How you doing?
Hi, Vera.
Topic today is anime. We've got a little bit of time left on the podcast. Discuss. Also, you keep bringing up, like, the saddest guy or the happiest guy. All I can think about is that Game Grumps bit, Sad Hoji, that they made.
I am not familiar with Sad Hoji.
Oh, my God. They were... Sad Hoji. He's like, just had the worst day ever, and it's like he comes home, and he's just so sad and depressed, and his wife's like, oh, Hoji, what's wrong? And it's so inappropriate. I really shouldn't bring this up. But it was on Game Grumps, and they got away with it. He's like, oh, you know, it was just a really bad day, but it's okay. She's like, well, let me get you some steak. It falls on the floor. Oh, it's okay. I didn't deserve it anyway. She's like, oh, what would you make you... What if you went and like, looked at some 14-year-old girls? Would that make you happy, Hoji's like, well, it would make things a little better. Like, I have to send you that Game Grumps clip. It is so fucking good.
Oh, man.
Poor sad Hoji. Fuck it, I'll link it. I'll link the clip. I'll link the clip on Discord after this.
Dan and Aaron can say things that other people can't.
Oh, absolutely. You know why? Because
wild.
they make money. That's why. Oh, no, it's way worse, Vera. I didn't want to say the rest of it.
I will say that has been, as far as my recent anime like watchings, that has been a little bit of a struggle for me. You know, we're both like old men at this point.
I'm almost 40.
Exactly. We're both men in our 30s.
I mean, I'm not halfway there yet, but I'm in the mid-30s. Why are you guys watching this old man? What is going on?
I know. But like,
I need to quit.
When you're starting to get into anime, you're 15, you're 16. I know for most of us that was around the age that a lot of us started watching anime. And there's a lot of like romantic relationship stuff and fan service and whatnot.
I still love it.
That goes into those shows. And at that time, it's not uncomfortable. Or it's not as uncomfortable because the only thing you really had to worry about or like think about was, oh my gosh, my parents are going to walk in at the absolute worst time while I'm watching this anime that has nothing to do with anything like.
Oh my god, I got something to
tell you.
I don't know if you've heard Kevin's story. Finish and then I got something. Yeah.
Is that a lot of the anime nowadays that I'd be like interested in, I've been like, man, this relationship or the way they're depicting this thing in the show is making me really uncomfortable because of the way that they're depicting it and the age of the people that are involved in it. And I've been struggling to find adult age-appropriate anime, for lack of a better term. Do you know what I mean?
No, absolutely. It's like, I feel like I would be interested in this, but it's about magical transforming girls. What the hell? Like, I get it.
Yeah, or even like...
it's like, man, I want to watch some more Fate. What's Prisma Illier?
Yeah. Definitely, Bailey, Tony standing above you would be the most terrifying thing.
Also, we're dealing with Tony on Friday, so we'll deal with that monster eventually. But Kevin had a story. Have you heard of the anime Shimonetta?
I have heard of the anime Shimonetta. That's the dirty joke one, right?
Basically where perverse things are just not taught or allowed, so like people don't like know about like relationships and all that. It's like very censorship heavy. And there's it gets uncomfortable. Of course you've seen it and liked it, Tony. There is basically a rape scene in it, right? Like it's the thing that Goblin Slayer gets hit with. It's one of those hard hurdles that hits. And Kevin was just watching it. He hadn't watched it all the way, right? Mm-hmm. And basically this girl is trying to take advantage of a guy, and his parents sit down to watch it with him. And he was just bug-eyed, like eyes bulging the whole time, white knuckling the remote as his parents sit down, and then this scene plays.
Oh dear.
Because it comes out of nowhere. It really does. And man, I feel so bad for Kev.
Yeah, that definitely sounds rough. I would not wish that on anybody.
The parents just sit down to enjoy your hobby with you, and then this happens.
Yeah,
and then comes the explanation. It's not normally like this.
And you gotta try and save face and just wait.
No.
It's a hard thing to get away from in anime because that's an easy way to like make something feel more mature is to explore more mature topics.
Oh my gosh, yes, Danganronpa really hit that hard too. Like outside of the main games, it can get really rough, especially with like children, and it gets to some points. But that is definitely, I feel like it might even be a cop-out as, like, just shock. Like,
yeah, like...
just out of nowhere.
The idea of doing something just for, like, shock value, I don't
it's
agree
bad
with
writing.
That from a narrative sense. Agreed, 100%.
It's lazy, bad writing.
It's like the Dragon Ball Z movie of writing.
Okay, you need to shut your mouth right now. I thought we finished this. I thought we finished this in the SpongeBob DLC.
It was just too good to not bring up in this moment. And this topic feels really heavy for podcast number 1.
You're not wrong.
So yeah, we can go to a different different area.
All right, I'll go to the shed.
Vera, you bring up like your dad would send you to the stratosphere if he caught you watching some weird shit, but like it'll be in the most not that anime of all time.
Oh, exactly. For example, take is it wrong to pick up girls in a dungeon? Not really about that topic at all.
But that, like, you would expect some weird fan service shit out of an anime called Is It Wrong to Try and Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon?
The answer is no, by the way.
Like...
Sorry.
That is very clearly a show that's going to have some fan service in it. But then you're watching, like...
Sword Art Online.
I mean, perfect. Sword Art Online. You're watching Sword Art Online, and you think, going into it and watching it, that it's this, like, it's just going to be an action anime, and he's just going to do this thing, and blah, blah, blah. And then you have the scene where Asuna's
in the hospital.
Right. And you're just like, whoa, what the fuck?
He's like, listen, I'll save you, but you're mine now. It's like, wow, people become property, and it's not cool.
Yeah, and that will inevitably be the moment that your parents will walk in on you watching this show. And you're like, no, 30 seconds ago, this was just guys killing each other. I swear.
No, yeah, exactly. And that's where anime gets its bad image.
Yes. I 100% agree to that. The son of Dot Hack.
You know,
I bring the worst examples.
What? It's not like I'm bringing. I'm not even gonna fucking redo of Healer. You think it's gonna be about healing, right? Maybe redoing a mistake. You grab your eraser and change a test score or something.
Evangelion is actually like. That's another anime that you think you know what you're going in for, and you do not know what you're in for. I don't think anything
killer
can
soundtrack
prepare you.
Though.
Yes, 100%. But yeah, so that's all I have to really say about that.
I think that's all we need to say about it.
Yes.
What other topics you guys got for us? A ReZero? Oh yeah.
And really so this was what I was about to say is I think any show that has the prefix of re in it, you need to be careful.
Yeah, that's very true.
Where the letters R and E are the letter R followed by the letter E happen in an anime. If it's at the beginning of the anime title, especially if there's a colon. But I think even just RE at the start of the title, you got to watch out.
For sure.
And I don't know that there is an example of me being wrong about that. So
I couldn't actually tell you, which is sad.
I think that is an axiom. You can take that right to the bank, live your life on that. If you follow that advice, you'll never go wrong. Anytime you're watching an anime with re in it, be careful. What's going on?
They're asking favorite games to stream. I'm going to be honest. When it comes to streaming games, like unless it's AAA, I just stream games that I really find enjoying. I find enjoyment in, because if I'm being honest, if I'm not having fun playing a game, it's not going to be good content regardless. Just because, like there are some times like there will be instances where I just pick out a game that I've had in my library or something that became free with like the membership I had. I might not know anything about it, but I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I think for me, it's a case of I only ever really stream with Eric.
True.
I don't really have my own channel, and I don't really do stuff on my own. I've tried once or twice, and it never really panned out. If I'm being perfectly honest.
Not with that attitude, it won't pan out, Ed.
I just don't have the right stuff.
Ed, come on
stuff
now.
being mostly time.
That's fair.
Streaming is a really big time commitment, and I just don't have. I have other things in my life that I do that preclude me from running a streaming channel and sort of dedicating myself to streams. That being said, I like to stream games that have simple mechanics or slow mechanics. I don't like to necessarily stream games that are like high stress or
that's for sure.
like require very precise timing. Games like that, for the most part, just because I'm bad at streaming.
You're fine.
When I say that, I don't mean like I'm uninteresting on stream. Everybody knows that. I'm saying the self-deprecation.
Damn it! Do not feel sorry for him.
No, what I'm saying is that I find it difficult to move my brain move my mouth and use my brain to have fine motor skills at the same time.
Improv, Ed. Improv. You get better.
That skill.
It's one of those things. I still think I suck at this, but I've been doing it since 2007. And you know what? I have to say, I feel as though my communication skills have gotten better. I think there are far more positives than negatives. Yes, it is very time-consuming, but again, at the end of the day, it's something I enjoy doing, which is why I keep going for it. And there have absolutely been times where I've been burned out. And I know you've heard me say, man, I think this is it. This is my last year. But I've been saying that for like 5 years. But I just, the hardest part is going to actually be putting it down for good. And I don't even know if it would ever be for good. It definitely wouldn't be 3 times a week. Like, I might just put up a video on my channel on Fridays. And it just might be a hangout day for all of us, like with Jackbox or something.
Yeah, I get that.
But for now, I mean, I'm still having a great time, and I like talking to you guys.
As far as a game where I've had the most fun streaming it, I think my answer would probably have to be, what's it called? It Takes
Frogger. Me and you have to do that at some point. We have the original Frogger for the PlayStation 1. We have to sit down and film it. Sure.
Right after we do all the other things that we have to film, we will do that.
True. So stream games. It sounded like you were saying something that started with an F, which for the life of me, I can't figure out.
I know. I said it. I don't know if it went through.
Oh, no, I didn't hear it.
No, I was saying the game that I think I've had the most fun with that you and I have streamed together is...
easy. A Way Out, right?
A Way Out.
Oh, absolutely.
No, It Takes Two.
Oh, It Takes Two? Okay, that's a good one, too.
I enjoyed It Takes Two just because it had a bit more gameplay in it rather than just the story. A Way Out is a very close second because I think we both had a lot of fun with those two games.
Same studio. Yeah.
Yeah, that sort of narrative-based style where we can kind of mess around a little bit and we're not like on a super big clock where we have to sequences of, hey, we got to go do this thing. We're doing a boss fight. We got to buckle down, and people, are engaged in the gameplay. That's all fun. But as far as streaming a game goes, I feel like the style that you and I tend to settle into is kind of like we're going to play the game and we're going to talk while we play the game.
Speaking of that, there is still one game in the series that I have that we haven't played yet, and it was the first one they came out with. The studio.
It's not very good though.
It might not be. I don't know. I heard it's got a good story though.
I've heard the story's decent, but the gameplay is not good.
It might not. It is single player, by the way. So.
Oh, so
but
yeah,
you control like 2 characters.
That it's not single player, right?
Oh, it's single player. There is a game
Or do you mean like
it's not multiplayer, is what it is.
Okay.
It's like not co-op.
There's just 2 title characters that you play in the game.
Yeah, it's called Brothers, which I have.
What's up, brother?
Just never played it. But yes, A Way Out is by far just because I didn't know where that was going. Like, I was watching the Game Grumps play it, and I held off on watching the finale of theirs because I didn't want it to be spoiled for myself.
Yeah.
And my gosh, that turn, I loved that game so much, we did like another stream or 2 just getting all the achievements in it. We did wrap-up streams.
No, that game was a lot of fun.
Oh.
And Vera is trying to drag us back to anime here.
Well, before that, I have one last thing to say.
Oh, yeah. No, go ahead.
There is a game that I can say I really do enjoy streaming. And I feel a little guilty because it's been on the back burner technically since I started playing it. And that is the Spider-Man games. I love learning about the Spider-Man lore through them. It's always amazing when someone comes up on screen. I'm like, that person's got a name. They're important. Who the hell is Connor, or Kent, or whatever? Who is Osborn? And then you guys inevitably ruin it for me. And by you guys, I mean Loki. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. The Goblin. Oh, that's Venom. Oh, wow. And it's just so much fun learning about that. I played the original one. I absolutely loved it. I 100%ed it on the stream.
Oh my gosh.
I played Miles Morales, 100%ed that on stream. Started the second one, and it's been on the back burn forever, and I feel guilty about it.
Yeah, you got stuff going on. You got other games. Plus, did you see how filthy this backyard was? We had to wash it.
We absolutely... And speaking of which, you see how filthy our mouths have been? We've needed to get that shit out. So that's why we're podcasting. And now Vera said something about anime?
Yeah, so Vera is asking, and I'm pretty sure I know the answer to this question. But,
Dragon?
Dungeon Meshi is the
Dungeon
question.
Meshi.
Have you watched Dungeon Meshi?
I feel as though I've seen it, but I haven't
Dungeon Meshi
watched it.
Is an anime. I haven't watched it either, but it is an anime that I have heard so much about.
Really?
Yes, there have been several people who are all very, very excited about it and watching it. And it's kind of, as far as I can tell, it is kind of it's like a dungeon cooking thing. But it is not chill vibes. So it is,
okay.
It's like we are stuck in this dungeon, and we're going to die if we don't get something to eat. I guess we have to eat monsters. And then one of the guys is like, the way it's been described to me, so these are not my words, but the way it's been described to me is one of the people, Meshi, I believe, is basically like autistic and is like looking for ways to cook monsters. And there's like some dwarf or something that is super into that idea and like encourages him.
Well, good. All you need in life is a little encouragement.
It's like, holy shit, this huge-ass monster is attacking us. How do we beat it? How do we kill it so that we can eat it?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like a mix of, oh my gosh, we're going to die, and cooking.
And action, and cooking. Wow, okay, yeah. I could see that. There is... oh, that's right. I was going to talk about this. There is an anime I watched. I would consider it... I would put it on the more trashier side. Not in that it's like raunchy in any way, just in that it's one of those that just doesn't make too much sense, but it expects you to just play along with what it's dishing out.
Gotcha.
I forget the exact name of it, but it's something about fruits of evolution. And basically it's an isekai. This guy and some of his classmates get, like, basically a god shows up over the PA speaker one day. He's like, yo, what's up, bitches? You're going to another world now. Have fun. And just teleports everyone away. But it's about the main protag is this fat loser, as they are usually. He ends up separated from the class, and the god's like, wow, that didn't work on you, huh? Well, I'm going to send you there anyway. And basically teleports him away. And he has to survive in a jungle while everyone else is being treated as heroes in the capital. And he comes across this group of baboons, just ferocious apes that are harvesting fruit, and he steals from them and eats it. And it's basically a super cheat level up fruit that boosts all of your stats. So even though he shows up as level 1, he's got level 100 stats.
That low key reminds me of a. There was a
what are we
light
missing?
novel I read. This window is definitely one of the things. There we go. Yeah, I'm just like running around and clicking the right on the D-pad.
Swing sofa.
There was a thing that I read called like I Got Left Behind or something like that, and like the premise of the story is like mana shows up on Earth, and humans need time to like adapt to it and stuff. So like all of the humans in the world, angels and God and whatnot, send them to other worlds to like train and adapt and learn, so that when they come back, everything will be fine. Mm-hmm. Well, one dude gets left behind. He like gets missed.
I love it when they do the name of the show.
I know. He gets missed, and this angel shows up and is like, "Yeah, sorry, we can't send you now because like all of the Earth is in stasis. So like time is kind of paused. You don't have to eat or sleep or anything."
Oh, that's interesting.
They should be back in like 100 years.
Oh no! Oh,
and
nice.
He's like, oh, okay, that's not good. I guess.
Imagine all that freedom, though. You know how many video games and light novels you could read in that 100 years?
So he's like, okay, well, I guess I'll make the best of a bad situation and start trying to, just live life in basically frozen time on Earth for 100 years. And then 100 years passes, and he's like, all right, I'm ready for them to come back. And they're like, actually, we miscalculated.
Uh-oh.
And they keep miscalculating over and over and over again. And eventually they do come back. And by that time, he like has spent all of this time, frozen time on Earth, learning and working out and like fighting and blah blah blah.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sure we've got so much to talk about. Let's finish this one up, and then I guess we'll wrap up the first stream here.
Yeah, sounds good.
We finished. Was that all that you actually had?
Yeah, well, pretty much. I mean, pretty much. Yeah, they come back and
it's like I actually sprayed you.
He's an uber badass that like has spent all this time getting OP. But he like doesn't know how to use mana and all that stuff. So like, yeah, it's just him kind of dunking on people who didn't really notice him before and blah blah blah. It's one of those types of shows, or one of those types of novels, because I don't think it's a show.
And the chat's like, wow, that silence was palpable. When I was just spraying you at 100% of the level.
Yeah.
It's all good. Basically. We'll have plenty more to talk about. Again, if you guys are interested in my number 4 for my Mount Rushmore of anime, it has been posted in the self-promote tab on Discord. If you don't know how to get to our Discord and you're just watching on YouTube, there's a link in the description. What are you doing? Come join us. Hang out. It's a fun little community. I ain't no Markiplier numbers up in here. I will have plenty of time to talk to you individually and even have enough time to forget your name.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, Ed, thank you for joining me. And thank you guys for coming and checking out our first attempt at this Powerwash podcast. We'll have 2 more levels for you next time,
Yeah.
a vehicle and
Feel free
a
to
place.
critique us. Let us know what we did right here, what we did wrong.
Yeah, if
what
we
you'd
didn't
like
talk,
to see, topics you'd like to hear us talk about in the future, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, I don't think
I
we're going to
think
be talking about anime the entire time, unless that's what you guys actually want. In which case, man, I should watch some more anime. I got to finish Freerun.
Yep, yes, you do. Great show.
I've only seen 1 episode.
Excellent show. Man, that's a crime.
I know. Oh, we'll get there. We'll get there. Time. You know what? I'm on vacation now. So something you guys can expect. Me, Kevin, and Caitlin are going to be here on Sunday. We'll be streaming something. I don't know what that is. I also have Spyro that I'm going to be doing tomorrow.
Hey.
Tony's going to be coming over tomorrow for some Jackbox. Party Pack 5, baby. We're going to be doing some robot rapping, and Ed is going on vacation. Ed's taking the holiday.
Ed is gone, my friends.
I had to get him in one last time before he leaves, so we'll be back. Till next time, everybody. Thank you all so much, Ed. Thank you for being here. And I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, my God. My pants are wet.